Oh, come on, roomie. Are you still ignoring me? How much longer are you going to be mad at me for? I had no idea that your boyfriend or whatever had no idea that I existed. It wasn't my fault that he went pale as a ghost, as soon as I tried to introduce myself to him. All I'm guilty of is trying to get a good idea of the kind of man that my darling roommate is bringing home. And apparently he's the kind of man that will scream like a stuck pig and then go barreling out the door, leaving you to face God knows what all by yourself. How chivalrous. You know, really, I think I've done you a favour here. I have unmasked some unsavoury characteristics, some, what's that very good phrase that people on the interweb started using recently? Red flags. I have unveiled some red flags. You are welcome. Back in my day, men would throw themselves between danger and their beloved without a second thought. Nowadays, men would be too scared of breaking a nail. Really, it is a shame what's happened to this society. Oh, don't go rattling off about that list of problems from the 18th century again. Yes, I understand that back in my day wasn't exactly perfect, but for God's sake, at least we stood up for ourselves, and for those we cared about. Which is exactly what I'm doing here. Alright? If no one else is going to make sure that the people you bring home are to your standard, then I suppose it falls upon me. This is not how I thought I'd be spending my afterlife. Well, I always imagined I'd be draped in the finest white silk robes, roaming the eternal halls of heaven with limitless food, unlimited wealth, and some lovely angels for company. Or, if the big man upstairs wasn't willing to accept me, that I'd be saved from some fiery damnation by the Greek god of wine Dionysus, who would take pity upon me and even perhaps be in awe of my debauched life of partying. Oh, I wouldn't mind trading those eternal corridors of heaven for lying out spread on a leather sofa being fed grapes by the finest specimens of men and women under Dionysus' command. But no. Instead, it seems that my lot in eternal life is to be stuck here, in this apartment, with you. Cursed merely to look on as you binge-watch Friends for the umpteenth time, order a frankly frightening amount of takeout to this place, and bring home increasingly particularly shit men back to this apartment. I mean, I don't know. I would just think that with age comes wisdom, and as I have a couple of 100 years on you, you might listen to me every once in a while. Well, yes, I suppose it may seem that all I appear to do is criticise the calibre of men that you associate yourself with, but my complaints are not entirely ill-founded. I mean, for example, we did just see here tonight with Prince Charming that he is all too quick to turn on his heels and leave you to face what could have been either a very terrifying ghost or a very pale, sick-looking mugger all by yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, I know from the amount of books that you've thrown through my head whenever we have an argument that you can take care of yourself, but it's a matter of principle, okay? I'm old-fashioned, and therefore I believe that should you ever encounter something, that you should have a partner to rely on, one that you can count on, one that will be in your corner no matter what, and not scurrying out the nearest exit. Alright? I mean, if that's such a bad thing, then just go ahead and exorcise me now. Actually, maybe don't do that. We have tried that already, and the big man just keeps sending me back down here for some reason. It seems that I'm as stuck with you as you are with me. And this forced tenancy will go a lot easier if you just talk to me and stop giving me the cold shoulder. Trust me, I'm undead. I have 2 perfectly good cold shoulders of my own. Oh, ghost puns do tickle me, so they do. Ah, dear. 200 years of being undead and I still find them unbearably funny. Okay, look. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare your date off. Okay, that's a lie, I did, but I didn't think he would scare so easily. I thought I'd have to, I don't know, make the walls drip with blood, make the clock chime, find a clock to make chime for one. Something. I figured I'd have to do something. I saw the look on your face when you left. I saw how hurt you were, and I played it off as if it was no big deal, and that's wrong. And I'm sorry. I know who you are, what you are, and I know that you deserve the best. You deserve someone who will stick up for you, who will fight for you, fight with you. You deserve someone who is actually interested in your hobbies, or at least interested enough in you that they'll become interested in your hobbies. Someone that will watch Friends for the 7 millionth time, that will laugh at all of your unbearable jokes and appreciate little things, like how your nose crinkles when you read a bit of a book that you don't quite like, or how horrible you are at cooking, but or the childlike glee that you have whenever a new episode of your favourite television show comes out, or just how late one human being can stay up when they're scrolling through the interwebs, or God, how much takeout that you can shovel into your mouth. It's sometimes I wonder how you breathe. I've checked while you sleep to make sure you don't have gills or something, because I don't understand where the breath goes when your face is just so full of Chinese food. It's impressive, really. Perhaps you're undead too. Wouldn't that be a thought, eh? God, no. This apartment's only big enough for one undead scourge, and that position's taken, I'm afraid. But, yeah, I suppose I'm very aware of how amazing you are, and I want to make sure that you get the best. I know that there are a lot of people out there who can seem nice on the outside, but when you get to know them, they just aren't. I mean, hell, when I was alive, I was one of those men. Nice on the outside, you know, shiny, good looking, everything you could want, but completely rotten on the inside. And the second that someone let me in, that was it. Toxic to the touch. I wasted my life. I don't want you to waste yours. Oh, but look at me getting all sappy, eh? I mean, I'm a ghost, for God's sake. I should be doing cool stuff, like haunting manors, or, I don't know, whatever ghosts do. I shouldn't be your live-in therapist. I'm babysitter. I just wish I was born 200 years later. Maybe in another life, eh? Ugh. Don't flatter me. No, there's no way that we would ever. I mean, you're human and I'm undead. I mean, I'm a Taurus for one, so our star signs aren't compatible. I know that's what your youthful generation all care about. No. No, I can't depress myself by thinking of what-if scenarios. All I can do is be here to support you and make sure that whoever you choose to spend the rest of your life with, that they're deserving of you. And if I have to scare off 100 more men, I'll do it. I won't be happy about it, especially not if you give me the same cold shoulder after every time that I do it, but I'll do it. For you. But, for what it's worth, I promise to try and make my feedback more constructive and stop being so negative all the time. Sound good? Alright. No, don't mention it. Now, can we please watch something else tonight? I cannot bear this season of Friends. I mean, please, anything. I'll watch David Attenborough. I mean, I know I swore never again after Blue Planet. I am terrified of sharks, it turns out. But no, please, anything but Friends. And for God's sake, can you cook something for once? I am so tired of that poor delivery boy having to climb up 6